It's fun now that you're talking about.
I'm gonna get fouled hard by Miritich.
Alright, Tony, once you're in, I'll just leave the party.
Second of the game, that's a very personal.
I said it was fun, I don't know what you're talking about.
I
had fun.
Dang it, I got Baz on Google Hangouts. We're testing out some stuff on Google Hangouts, so.
Hey, Berries, on the left side, green. Wide open, too.
Yeah, Tony, I sent you an invite.
Yeah, I know, it's joining.
Moving on Lowry.
Sorry guys, I sent you an invite.
We got to play each other?
Really?
What?
Hold on, Tony. Tony, don't do anything, don't do anything.
Alright.
We're up by 12 now. Lowry is
Please tell me you did not back out. Please tell me you did not back out. Please tell me you did. Alright, well, sometimes when you did. Because I don't see. Where you at?
Get the shot to go.
Alright, am I not in? Oh, there I am. Okay. Alright, Tony, I'm fixing to lead the party. Good luck, man.
Murray.
What?
I'm fixing. Hey, Tony, good luck. I'm fixing to lead. Good luck, Tony. Okay. Very good.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. First carry for Amir Abdullah. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, they had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Cousins now on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. From the gun, here's Cousins. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one goes for 24 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Now Cousins, the quick slant caught, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver and strike.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. Bailey got the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. These two teams, of course, met in the much-dissected NFC divisional round game a season ago, and they also met in the Monday night opener last year. And Adrian Peterson's return to Minnesota, gosh, that seems like a lifetime ago. It was actually Peterson's replacement, though, Dalvin Cook, who went for 127 yards in a 29-19 Viking victory. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And it's hauled in by Ben Watson. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from the first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Here we go.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, a 22.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double-team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Josh Adams with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Danielle Hunter in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Shotgun now for Breeze. He dumps it down to Ingram. And down he'll go at the 25. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. He completes it to Bryant. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First catch for Bryant. He's got a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Breeze gives it up to Ingram. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Breeze to throw on 2nd down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anderson Dejo. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Cousins on 1st down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. Over the middle, complete. That's Murray. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief, was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
And Rudolph has it, the tight end. Cousins to his tight end, Rudolph, for a Viking first down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of the defense.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. First down, here's Cousins. Going right side here, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. From the red zone now, Cousins. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll throw again. Cousins. This will be caught at about the 5. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-out.
And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They take over first and 10 following the interception. So after the INT, it's Breeze. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Here we go.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. On first and 10, here's Breeze. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Vikings pick up the football. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Breeze. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Emerson Griffin, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, it's Breeze. And the pressure gets to him again. Sheldon Richardson in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And now out comes Minnesota. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They start the drive with a duel. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Breeze hands to Ingram. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Breeze. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Breeze. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll try and run. Ingram. And now running right through it. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Brandon, I believe that they were in 4-down territory, and that's what they were thinking. But after the loss, I've got to kick the field goal. No way I'm going to go for it in this situation. But you know some of these coaches, they're extremely unpredictable, and they may go ahead and press it.
They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. A 1st down throw for Cousins. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And it's 3rd down.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. The 20, 10, and he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and, boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. We were down there. That message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Throwing, Cousins. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long, with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches, and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that will make this a 4-point game. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Emerson Griffin in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. More from Minneapolis after this. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Breeze. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Breeze now. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And taken right on the 30. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
A gain of 6 there on first.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kyle Rudolph, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times.
And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Linval Joseph able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Breeze now to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Caught by the tight end, Watson. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They do go for it. It's Breeze. He hits his target, left side, Watson. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. He goes underneath to Abdullah. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
2nd down, Cousins. This will be caught at about the 6. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive. Going to the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. The final shot before half for Breeze. But he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, on the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. Ted Ginn's gonna go. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn, 99 yards. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters, as I also...
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a first and goal right at about the 6-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real...
And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Lutz good on the extra point, and that will tie our game here in the third. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Here's Robinson. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be second down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guy playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. And they got the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone. And
just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go up and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Throwing now is Breeze. Out left side here to Bryant. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Ingram, and he stopped immediately there. Tackle made by Everson Griffin.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now the rookie from Notre Dame, it's Josh Adams. Open space inside the 10. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
They'll run here with Ingram. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Here's Breeze to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Now Breeze. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Everson Griffin in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. And Lutz's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And out now come the Vikings. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot of receivers see the drag route as a risk-reward type of a play. The risk, going into the middle of the field where there's some big people who want to hit you. But the reward is oftentimes you get lost in coverage, running a little bit underneath. And when you catch it just right, as we just saw there, the end result can be a big, big play.
Now Breeze. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They had that lead, looked pretty comfortable in the 1st half, maybe got a little bit overconfident because that's gone now.
Almost takes us back to being kids, doesn't it? Because I know at some point your dad did the exact same thing mine did.
Okay.
It's okay to be confident, son, but overconfident, that's not a good thing. And that's maybe what we saw here. They thought they had this thing in hand, had full control, and guess what? They've got to find a way to get back to where they were before.
You think Papa Davis and Papa Godwin would get along?
I think they'd get along just fine. And you know something?
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is going to get the 1st down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Cousins on first down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 12 yards there as they move the chains. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll throw again. Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Breeze. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him 6 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Breeze. Complete to Watson, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So they call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
Here we go.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
And I think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. Now Breeze. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Breeze on the hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans first. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
You're good, you're good. 5-4, ready.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. Throw left side complete. That's Bryant. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, a 22.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Breeze now on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Breeze now. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. He'll get it up the middle. And, oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll look to run with Ingram. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Mark Ingram, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Saints add on to their lead. And the lead will grow by 1 more. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. 23 yards on the play.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Ingram. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Now it's Ingram. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. And another timeout called by the Vikings now. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. Now Breeze on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Get set. Hey, kill.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. He dumps it down to Ingram. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Back to the running game, it's Ingram. They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mark Ingram with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Throwing, Cousins. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight.
Lucky 48.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. There he goes, right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Mackenzie Alexander in on the tackle.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Here's Breeze. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, getting the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
On second down, Cousins again. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here's another interception. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the...
Oh, I tell you all of this unusual to me. Where I came from, the bottom flappers living, walking dead on. Put your favorite rapper's name up on the headstone. Big for the cheese and you're dead wrong. Propaganda set the standards in the tear down.
Throw it back, yeah, I'm born to. It's talking, it's hustling me where I'm at. I'm living how I want now. No reason to doubt, it's clear to see. All I